Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to our spring and summer open house. Holy cow, this is going to be an exciting night. We have so much in store for you. I am just elated to have you all here. We're going to be jumping right into rooms as soon as possible. So our whole goal is to get you as much connection, as much time, and as many relationships formed in this evening. Welcome. If we haven't had the chance to connect before, my name is Mr. Sam, and I am the founder and head of school here at Young Scholars Academy, and I am thrilled to have you all here. You are in our virtual auditorium. This is like a back to school night. So we're going to be sending you out into different teachers' breakout sessions. You'll be floating around, connecting with different teachers, hearing about their classes, learning all about the offerings that they have, and connecting with other folks who are like-minded. And I wanted to share a really special little something before we jump in this evening. There is a lot ahead, and I'm going to give you a roadmap in just a moment. But let me just take a moment and talk about Young Scholars Academy. Whether you're new here or you've been here for 5 years, we started as a dream, right? A dream where bright, clever kids could have a minimum of 1 hour a day to dive into the learning they crave, the content they crave. Because here's the thing, you're all here because you know that we have these really bright kids with these brilliant brains, and they can't find the stuff that they love, right? They can't find the things that ignite them. And many of them are held back from this kind of growth, this kind of access. And much of the world is focused on fixing. Our kids could have 89 things right and a couple things wrong, and the world focuses on those things that are struggles and not the strengths. So the solution was so obvious to me one day, like a coconut hitting me in the head. I just realized these kids need radically accelerated college level opportunities to do what they love and meet their people. Now, if you are a kiddo or if you have a kiddo who's struggling, guess what? The solution is self-selecting. You get kids doing really accelerated stuff, and they're going to meet their people because that's who also signs up, right? Who else signs up for World War I history or Unity video game coding or advocacy or college level psychology or, Minecraft, Roblox, chess, Rubik's Cube, you name it. The kids that are taking these classes are your kids' people, right? That's what's happening here. Classes, camps, we're gathering around these campfires, these unique interest areas. So we have kids working on year-long projects in our fellowship class where we have people writing books. We're preparing for plays, building robots. I mean, just this week alone, we had 2 British parliamentary debates. Our kids are coding their own video games. I dropped in and saw some of the 3D mazes and puzzles today. We got Dungeons and Dragons. Our kids are making zines in advocacy class, creating t-shirts, writing newspapers, founding micronations. I don't know if any of you saw the Village Voice on Friday. There are so many incredible things happening here. And for all of us, it's not just professional, it's personal, right? I can talk to you here as someone with a master's degree in cognitive diversity and 2 Fulbright scholarships, but I can also talk to you as someone who's a neurodivergent person myself. And that's something that's really unique about many of the mentors here. Now, I could tell you all about Young Scholars Academy, and I will, but before I go any further, let me let someone else speak. If you were at the last open house, you heard from one of our families from Peru, and tonight we're going to hear from one of our families in Switzerland. So let me let Christian and Ryan talk to you for a moment.
Hi, Ryan. I'm Christian.
And I'm Ryan.
We live in Switzerland, but Ryan has been attending a number of YSA classes over the last couple of years. Now, obviously, there's a 9-hour time difference between California and Switzerland, which means that the YSA classes are very late at night back home here. But Ryan, you've been adamant in attending. Why is that?
Well, all of the classes are really fun, and they have a lot of different classes. I've been to one about math called Mathlandia. I've been to one about roller coaster design, which goes to show the crazy variety in classes. I've also been to one about cryptography, and now I'm attending currently one about war, about the tools of war, and it's fittingly called Tools of War.
That's the one that's at 1 a.m. local time, isn't it?
Yes, it's from 1 to 2 a.m. local.
So what do you love about these classes so much?
Well, I think that they're just generally interesting topics. They're taught well, and the people who I go to class with, my classmates, are generally very kind people.
Excellent. Great. No, it's been a blessing, and we're very happy. It's fantastic to have so many classes that are right up Ryan's interests, and, we enjoyed it.
Agreed.
Thank you. So our recommendation is go check it out. Thank you.
Okay, in case you weren't able to hear that, oops, hold on, let me try to pause this here. In case you weren't able to hear that, Ryan is taking these classes in the middle of the night. Ryan is taking these classes because they are where his people are. They are where his interests are. And I always like to use him as the ultimate walked uphill both ways story, right? When our kids are tired, I'm like, Ryan's taking these classes at 1 a.m., right? But that's what these mean to these kids. And Ryan's mom actually said he was going to stay up all night and come to this, but he has school tomorrow morning and he has a big test, so not able to make it. But that's the point, right? You have a place where many of you might have kiddos who have gone to great lengths to avoid school. Here's a kid staying up into the wee hours of the morning so they can be with other kids, right? That is what it is all about. And that's what we are all about. So I'm going to give you a little roadmap for the evening, and then I'm going to stop talking as soon as possible. We are going to do a bunch of stuff. First, make sure you stick around until the end because I have a bunch of treats and giveaways and bonuses and free classes and free camps. And we're also going to announce our t-shirt design contest winner. If you haven't followed that, we've been doing a little design contest. I'm really excited about that. A few things. We're going to hear from some other families. We're going to go a little overview of our courses. Our returning families, if you've been here before, you're going to go into breakout rooms with our teachers almost right away. My new families, I'm going to ask you to hang out with me for a little bit. I promise I won't keep you too long. And then you will go into those breakout sessions with teachers as well. Okay. So a lot of excitement. And it's really important that you stay till the end because our early bird pricing ends tonight. So I want to make sure you get all your questions answered and we can rock and roll. Okay, so a few things before we go further. I just want to say for a moment here, please treat this as you would at a back to school night, right? Let's take a moment. Please try to turn off your phones, try to be present, write down your questions, right? This is the last time we're doing this until the fall. That means that you're in this auditorium with us together. You're going to float around for 45 minutes between different teachers. This is your chance to connect. I say this all the time, but there are friendships made tonight. There are relationships built. I inevitably will get over 50 emails saying, hey, we were in a breakout room with so-and-so. Can they take Minecraft together? So try to be present tonight, try to minimize the distractions, and try to connect with others because that's what we're all about. Many people feel a sense of community before they even enroll. So, okay, let me go back to the good stuff here. So as you'll see, there are a bunch of amazing updates that are here for you, and I just want to go over them. We're going to go through 3 semesters tonight, and then we'll go check out the classes. So number 1, we're going to be talking about our spring courses, both new and ongoing. Then 2, we're going to look at summer camps, and then 3 summer courses. So let's have a quick little jump in here. First and foremost, we have spring courses, and this can be a little confusing, so I want to make sure everybody knows this. The spring courses entail courses that are going on currently. These are like prorated rolling courses. So you basically sign up and you get everything instantly. You can take a class tonight, for example. 6 of our teachers aren't here tonight because they're teaching classes right now. So please don't leave and go take a class, but you could. And then there's new classes that are going to have a little like red dot emoji when you're on the website. Okay, so you'll be able to see that as well. And these all come with all the usual. They come with, once a week social clubs that we give you for free when you sign up for 2 or more classes. They come with the weekly email updates that you're hopefully getting each Friday, enrolled families. And how awesome is that, by the way? We made a promise to really level up the communication home. And now we're sending out emails every week with what's going on in the class, with your kids' progress, their contributions, so that you are always clued in. Because if I've learned anything working with brilliant kids, many of them don't tell you what's going on. They could have the greatest day in class and not tell you what's up. So we want to make sure that we do. Okay, beyond our amazing spring courses, we also have Monday through Friday summer camp. So let me just explain this up real quick. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the summer, we're going to, someone said really great getting updates. Love that. Thank you, April. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the summer Pacific time, we're going to have Monday through Friday camps. We have dramatically reduced the prices to make sure that they're accessible for everyone. And these camps are going to be kind of quick, like single unit intensives, if you will, right? Where our students are really exploring something. Then after that, so that's a Monday through Friday, 50 minutes per day, right? 1 week deep dive. After that, from 3 p.m. onwards, we have once a week classes. Okay, so I just want to make sure you understand that. This is brand new. We've never done this before. For the first time ever, we're offering once a week classes during the summer. And honestly, I'm buzzing about it. It's going to be amazing. We're getting lots of love in the chat for these Friday emails. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mr. Salt's worked really hard on that. So if you want to go visit him, you can thank him. So 3 semesters going on right now. And I want to share a couple other updates with you before we go into it. There are over 150, that is right, 150 classes meeting each week. And we're open for 13 hours a day, okay? So just quickly talking logistics, you can sign up for these classes as little as 10% down. You can get, massive savings, like 15% off with enrolling in multiple, plus 10% for enrolling in others, plus social clubs, plus the emails. So there is a lot available for you, okay? Plus, I always feel like compelled to start with this. I just want to make sure you know that if you're exploring classes and you're like, I don't know if this is going to be a good fit, let me just address this. Everybody here has a clever, quirky, or you are a bright, quirky kiddo, right? And many of us say, well, I've tried other programs before and it hasn't worked. Well, we know that it's true. That's why we exist. So I want to take away any kind of fear or concerns that you have. If you are not satisfied, if you sign up with a camp, you let us know on the first day and we will just transfer you to a credit or another class. Same is true with classes during the year, or if you sign up for a payment plan, we can just stop payments, right? So we take on all the risk. We have tiny little classes and we want to make sure that they are a success for you and that there is no risk for you to come check us out because honestly, we know you'll stay. Families do. Some of our founding families are here tonight, which is awesome. I think that speaks volume. Okay, I am going to stop talking and I want to give you a quick little preview of some of the opportunities that we have here. So let me close this for 1 second and we'll share our mentors. So mentors, I'm going to have you unmute and say hello when I get to you. We'll go around real quick and then we're going to open those breakout rooms in like 3 minutes. So this is what you're all here for. Let's start with Mr. Salch. Mr. Salch, do you want to say hi? Hopefully you can.
There, I think. Am I here?
You're here.
Hello, everybody. So if you have any questions about these kind of STEM things, we're doing Unity classes, we're doing robotics, and I'm also the one responsible, sort of, for those summary emails. So if you have any questions about that, you're more than welcome to stop by. And I love any feedback that you have to give on that whole project. But yeah, this summer we have 2 Unity classes. One of them is the most unique thing I've ever seen in Unity. I don't think it's ever been done before. That number 2. If you're interested in that, come see me. And then, of course, robotics, one of my mainstays.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Salch. And again, thank you for that amazing note-taking system. By the way, Mr. Salch coded that note-taking system. So when we talk about our mentors having real-life experience, like he single-handedly coded the note-taking system that's sending emails home to you every Friday. Holy ravioli. And by the way, we call it Sumera, which is our summary emails. Okay. Next up, we have Miss Anna. Miss Anna, do you want to say hello and tell us what you got?
Yes. Hi. Sorry. Hi. Good to see everybody. Lots of new faces too. Exciting to see. I'm happy to be hosting some clubs over the summer. I'm going to have my Animal Crossing friendship camp back. And I'm also going to be doing a teamwork focused fun and friendship camp over the summer as well. And basically, we're just practicing amazing friendship skills and refining our social skills in a really fun way.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Anna. We're going to go to Mr. Mark, who's not here right now. Mr. Mark is going to continue to do his one class that he does all the time and sells out. So Science Explorers, we're running 3 sessions of that this summer when the first sessions end now. So that's an amazing class. It's conceptual science going at really high level. So that is available. And the amazing Miss Jolene. Miss Jolene, you want to tell us what you've got going on for us this spring and summer? Oops. Maybe Miss Jolene.
That was attempting to sign that I couldn't unmute. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and to be continuing to offer Minecraft and some new opportunities that are happening over the summer as well. I'm really excited about. So come see me in the breakout room.
Excellent. Go see all things Minecraft. You can go find Miss Jolene. Nicole is not here tonight. Nicole's going to be doing her usual creepy, forbidden history stuff. So we've got the ghost stories, creepy legends class. By the way, I don't know if anyone saw the Village Voice last week with Atticus creating a new nation. That happened in one of Nicole's classes. So then we have Megan. Megan, do you want to say hello? Megan's in charge of all things Dungeons and Dragons. I think we're having some audio lags. I may just keep going just for speed so I can get you in these rooms. Yeah, I'll keep going. Megan's going to be in charge of Dungeons and Dragons, so you can go say hi to Megan. Then we've got Mr. Z. Mr. Z.
Hi there, everybody.
Mr. Z has Math for Life, which is kind of the one math class that you wish was the math class you took when you were young. That's that one. Everyone can go say hi to him in his breakout room. And then we have the amazing Amy here. Amy's got a bunch of stuff going on. I can see Ilana's giving major props right now. We've got digital art, anime, Japanese culture, technical drawing, and we're bringing out the Creating College Admissions portfolio over the summer. So I'm going to keep going there. Hi, Amy. I saw you wave. And we also have Kerbal Space for the first time ever. We're really excited about that. That's one that people have been begging for years. And this is supposed to be Malachi Civilization. That's a mistake. And then we have Katie. And Katie's going to have to go soon. So I'm going to get you over to Katie real quick. We have songwriting. Hi, Katie. Songwriting, feminism, film, and advocacy and activism. That's the class that's working on zines right now. We have Miss Jackson. Miss Jackson can't be here tonight. Miss Jackson has storytelling, friendship, social club. This is for parents, by the way, and I just want to speak to this. You know how when you enroll in Young Scholars Academy courses, you get a free social club? Well, parents, you can also use that too. If your kid can't take the social club, you can. Okay, so I just want to make sure you're aware of that. Then we have theater and improv. Then we have Mr. Nelson, all things war. There's Nelson waving. We have Tools of War, which is World War I and World War II weaponry, historical crime scenes, World War II Eastern Front, and that should say World War II Pacific Theater. Sorry, we made some mistakes here. Then we have Miss Patrick, language and mythology. You can go see Miriam tonight. We have Latin, mythology, Spanish, and lots of other exciting stuff as well as Western Civ and ancient tech. And then we have Coach Hughes. There's Coach Hughes waving. We've got speech and debate, mock trial, and criminal justice from a real lawyer. Again, the idea is our mentors have your kids and they are experts in their field, right? So many of them have the lived and professional experience. We have Mr. Malachi.
Hi, everyone. I am kind of coaching the nerdy sports here at YSA. So I coach our chess clubs and I also coach our cubing club, which has been such a blast. And I also am our board game club host, which is a great social opportunity, especially for kids who are like filling out their shell and having a focused activity can help them build those connections as we collaborate. And this summer, you'll be doing all of those things, but also, as you got a sneak peek on the other side, Civilization 7 camp. So we're going to be building diplomacy, leadership skills, getting some history and culture knowledge, and having a blast in a really fun new game.
Yes, thank you, Malachi. Okay, Astrid can't be here tonight because she's one of those teachers teaching right now, but Astrid will be offering Among Us and Roblox this summer and this spring. And then we have Sean, who is our other D&D mentor. Say hi, there's Sean waving.
Hey guys, I teach D&D, well, teach/host D&D games and also some Wonders of the World, travel around the world, find some old stuff and talk about it.
Excellent. So Wonders of the World is a new one for us, which is our travel history landmarks for our kiddos who love maps, adventure. And then we have Mr. Alex. I don't know if Mr. Alex is here right now, but hopefully. Alex is doing our robotics. Another one of our robotics are video game creators using Unity and also Python programming. So there's some exciting stuff here. I will stay in the main room here. I've got executive function class and some speech and debate. You can come say hi to me. And then here are your breakout rooms. So what we're going to do right now, new families, if you've never been to an open house before, I'm going to ask you to stay with me. Our returning families, you know the drill. We're going to open breakout rooms in just a moment and you can head out to those rooms. And I promise new families, I'll have you in those rooms very soon. But there's one thing I need to do. Holy cow, I almost forgot to have one of our families speak. I'm sorry, I got so excited. Excuse me. I need to go over to Sashi and Betsy. Let me unmute. I get so excited. I'm sorry. Let me just quickly unmute.
We're about to tell you.
Should we
I got too excited.
Just let him keep rolling.
I get so excited. Okay, so before we go over to our breakout rooms, I do want, in our returning families and new families, I want you to hear from one of our families. And I'm thrilled to say that anytime I have a family speak, one of my favorite joys in this life is that I ask the teachers, who should we have come talk to us? And I love seeing all of our teachers in our Slack channel throw out all the families that they think, and it just fills me with joy. Oh, this person should come. Oh, this person should come. And it's just the best. And Sashi got a bunch of support and love and praise. And I'm so happy, Sashi, to have you here and Betsy have you here as well.
Definitely. We have to say a shout out to our friend Ilana.
Ilana's also
We
speaking.
went to UNASA together.
We know her from summer camp, like
Well,
a summer camp.
As fate would have it, Ilana's going to be speaking tonight too.
I know
No, it's amazing.
that fit that track.
Okay, so
Wait,
Go ahead, Sashi. Let me start with you.
okay.
May I ask you a question, or do you want to? Let me ask you a question.
Just ask me a question because
All right. Sashi, what do you love about Young Scholars Academy? As a Young Scholars Academy student, what do you love about Young Scholars Academy?
honestly, I would say like a big thing is the teachers are really relatable. Like with some classes I've taken on other platforms, it's like the teachers aren't really like, I can't really relate to them. So I don't really get like build a bond. So just like person I look up to instead of like person who I actually understand.
I love that. And I know it's mutual because like, so many people said, you have to have Sashi speak at the open house. Are there any standout moments that you can think of, Sashi, at Young Scholars Academy? It could be something that you learned or a class or a conversation or a connection.
I would actually say, shout out to Mr. Z, game theory was actually really fun because all the students, like, and in all the classes I take, all the students are really engaged and like we get to talk, which is, something as a homeschool, we don't get to do a lot. And it's very refreshing to be able to talk and like exchange ideas because, when your brain operates kind of weird, it's like you got to get it out or otherwise it's just going to be, hello there, Wall. Would you like to hear my business investments?
By the way, I'm interested to hear what that Wall has learned from you. But I
If
I
the
love
walls
something-
could talk,
If Wallace could talk, yours would have a lot of business ideas. We just heard something that I want to highlight that you said that's so important, which is that, it sounds like the content and the mentors being relatable, but also being able to do the stuff you love with other people who are similar, right?
yeah. You build like it's a team. It's really nice.
I love that. I was just speaking with someone recently who is homeschooling and they said that their student is struggling socially. And I said, well, we have a bunch of homeschool families who we are their social outlet. Like we're like this net that connects all these families. And I so appreciate you saying that. Can I ask, Sashi, if there's people here tonight who have never explored Young Scholars Academy or families who have maybe, what's something that you would want them to know about being a student here, being a member here?
I would say if you're considering it, I would say it is very much worth it because I just find it to be very engaging. The work is hands-on, which is really nice because it's constantly novel, something that you don't find a lot. And if your brain's running at 100 miles per hour, you need novelty constantly. So hands-on work is like the best way to output that. And it has a lot of hands-on work. So it really helps.
That's fantastic. And you mentioned one of the classes. Do you mind telling us what classes you're taking?
I'm doing the Tuesday little friendship club.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing game theory with Mr. Z and I'm doing STEMology as well.
Excellent. Excellent. Sashi, thank you so much for sharing that. I can see there's probably a lot of families in here who might feel similarly to you. So I appreciate you sharing your story with us.
Mhm.
And Betsy, is it okay if I ask you the same questions?
Yeah, definitely. I think that at this point, I'm just being redundant to what you've said and what she said, but I'll reiterate is that this feels like a place like it's built for us, like it's for 2E families. And there's something for us to participate in that feels really good. And we tried other things and they're okay, but it's like seeing her really happy and want to go to class, it's so cool. And it's mostly because like there's some background work you guys have done. And I see it now in the course offerings that you're showing on the screen right before us talking. It's like, these are the topics that the kids are into. This is what they want. You've done this extra work. And it makes me feel at home because a lot of times the world isn't doing that extra work that we're looking for. And so it makes me feel at home because I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. Like, yeah, I get really excited rather than feeling like, well, maybe it could work if it were interesting enough. But it feels like you guys are doing some background work and doing some heavy lifting that our families appreciate, that I appreciate and our family appreciates.
Please don't start crying.
It's not an open house if people don't cry. I mean, that's
Fair.
that's required. I appreciate you saying that, Betsy. And I think it's so important. And just to highlight that, I'm hearing really the same thing from you and Sashi, which is that there's like novel, exciting stuff that's not happening anywhere else.
Mhm.
And I'm grateful to you for saying that because that's something that we focus a lot. We're a program built by neurodivergent, twice exceptional people for neurodivergent, twice exceptional people. And I was at a conference recently and someone said, how do you pick the classes? I was like, well, I just pick stuff that I think is super cool. Or when I meet a bunch of kids, I think they'd be super into it. And that's so important because again, we have these young kiddos like Sashi who have these hot potato brains and really exciting big ideas and they want to move fast and authentic. And we want mentors who can help with that. So thank you both for being part of our community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we just heard from one of our amazing YSA families, and I want to say that you also got some love in the chat. Someone said, Sashi's an amazing person. And Mr. Z said, Sashi's also a super standout in game theory. Love to have her there. So the love is reciprocated. Let's open those breakout rooms. And if you can fire open those breakout rooms for our new families. I know, Katie, I think you're going to have to go, and I'm sorry that we went too long. I know that you have to head out. I'm sorry, everybody. Katie has a class right now. So if you are wanting to talk to Katie, you can always send me a message. Everyone else that is new, stay here with me. If you are a returner, you've been here before, look down below on the menu. You'll see something that either says breakout rooms or more. Okay. And then you're going to want to head to the different breakout rooms. You can go meet the teachers who we were just talking about. And again, you're going to go down to the toolbar and click the breakout rooms button. And you'll see different breakout rooms below with the teachers and what they teach. So you'll see Miss Anna, Mr. Salch. If anyone's having difficulty with that, let me know. And new families, I'm going to ask you just to stick around for a quick minute so we can chat. And then we will go back into those breakout rooms as well. So new families, I'm going to screen share and just explain a few things. And then again, returning families, if you're having difficulty, I see a lot of returning faces and names here. Just go down to the toolbar and you're going to click the breakout rooms. And then you scroll down to the bottom and you'll click the room you want to go to and click join. And we'll make announcements every 5 minutes or so. Anne's going to make announcements. Okay. So I'm going to screen share new families and just explain a few other things that I want to make sure that you know before we go any further. And then we will get to the good stuff. So let me explain. I'm going to screen share right now so you can see. And then I'll get you in those breakout rooms in 5 minutes or less. Here we go. So a few things I want to explain. There's a few things that Young Scholars Academy does, and I want to differentiate those. And then we're going to hear from Ilana in a minute or two, another one of our amazing students, and then we'll get you into those sessions. So one of the things that we're talking about this evening is courses, right? Young Scholars Academy offers courses and camps. And I just want to explain the difference so that everyone's familiar. The courses are a la carte, 50-minute-a-week courses. They meet once a week for up to 40 weeks or 50 weeks. So these are meeting at regular intervals so that your kiddo, for example, is taking a World War I history class at 11 a.m. every Tuesday, right? And when you sign up for these are for 5 to 18-year-old students. When you sign up for 2 or more, you're getting a free social club, just like you would at a brick and mortar school, right? At a brick and mortar school, you're going to get a homeroom. You get the same thing here, but it's social, it's fun. Kids are playing icebreakers. Additionally, when you sign up for more than 4 classes, you also get a huge discount. You get 10% off all of the classes. And that's a huge discount for families. So you're getting a free class and 10% off. And additionally, you heard that we're getting those weekly reminders as well with updates and information about the class. And we had a mom years ago coin a term called the YSA glow. And she said that my kiddo is so euphoric after taking a Young Scholars Academy class that he glows for 24 hours. And if we can just take 1 class per day, he can get through the week. And otherwise, he's pretty overwhelmed by the world. And that's what we're trying to find here, right? We're trying to find our kids' people, the content, and the mentors. So courses, these run through the summer and the spring. It's 1 hour a week. During the summer, then, we also have camps. These are 50 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. So think of this more as like a 1-week intensive versus a once-a-week program, right? And these are kind of shorter, think of them like a singular unit that a longer class might explore 2 or 3 or 4 units. These explore 1. Okay, so these are 5-day camps. And the idea is that you can stack up your day and take a bunch of different camps to fill a full day, right? So that your kiddo is in different programs and they're all tracked. So there's like a gaming track or a history track or a humanities track or a STEM track, etc. That's the idea there. And what we're trying to do is make sure that our kiddos are with their people. And that brings us to the 3 pillars of Young Scholars Academy. I'm going to share these real quick with you, and then I'm going to get you into those breakout sessions. There are 3 key tenets to Young Scholars Academy, and we call these the 3 C's. The first one is content. You just heard Sashi talk about, right? We need accelerated content. We need learning that's beyond our age. A lot of our kids have these college level brains trapped in these young bodies, and we need to give them the stuff they crave because most programs hold them back because of struggles. So we want to give them accelerated content. And then guess what? Community of peers happens to be right there. If you let a kid take World War I history classes, guess what? Who else is taking that? Other kids like them, right? So it self-selects. Our kids are with the people that they like, just like if you're in college and you meet people in your major, right? And the third thing you've already heard about, it's our mentors. These are adults who are maybe grown-up versions of your kids. These are people who have walked the walk. One of the things that Sashi said also is that the teachers are relatable because many of them are parents of kids like you or grown-up versions of you, right? And that is so very important. So these are the 3 key tenets of our program. And I just want to talk about how we're different because there are many programs and you've probably talked and explored about others that maybe weren't a good fit. And I want to validate that because it's hard. It's hard out there. Okay. So we are positive and strength-based affirming. We're not looking at what your kid isn't doing or what you're not doing. We're looking at how we can help you develop your strengths because guess what? In the real world, no one cares about your deficits, right? Nobody thinks about how good, Albert Einstein was at poetry or how good a phenomenal accountant is at plumbing, right? So why do we do that to kids? So we're focusing on strengths and our kids are superheroes. We're trying to help them develop their superpowers, not focusing on their super struggles. They come up when the strengths develop. We have neurodivergent mentors who have walked the walk. We have tiny classes. Our average is 5. Most classes are capped at 5 or 6. Every teacher is a content expert and they're handpicked and I train them with the professional course that I created. We don't require cameras. We know many of our students don't want to show up on camera and we want to meet you where you are. And we have a parent community. That means that you have a Facebook group and you enroll. And there's also parent social clubs that happen at night. Plus, we have some parent D&D games. So you're not only getting a community for your kid, you're getting a community for yourself. Plus, we have top experts in the field come and talk to your family and our families every other week. I've got over 20 experts coming for spring and summer, including we just had Dr. Temple Grandin not too long ago. So there is so much value and support here for your family. Okay, and I just want to give you a little overview. So what we're going to do now, families, is I want to welcome you to go into the breakout rooms in just a moment. But first, we want to hear from one other kiddo. I've got another student here. Ilana, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Let me click the button here so you can. All right, Ilana, did that work?
Yep.
Awesome. Ilana, thanks so much for being here. And how cool is it that you know Sashi?
It's really cool. We met like last year. It was last year, yeah. At UNASA, Michigan.
It's so cool. We have stuff like this happening all the time. And we have the opposite happen. I can't tell you how many families have met in real life and they started at Young Scholars Academy. So the opposite happens too. It's so cool. I love it. Ilana, let me ask you a few questions before I dismiss everyone into the breakout rooms, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
You were one of the people who a bunch of teachers elected to be here. And I want to ask, what is it that you love about Young Scholars Academy?
I guess about I like how everyone's nice to me. Like they accept everyone and anyone.
That's amazing. And
Like,
you're not only
even if they're like super different or like not exactly someone's style, everyone will still accept them no matter what.
accept, I want to say celebrate. I'm getting private messages from people saying, Ilana's awesome, Ilana's great. So I want to just point that out. Ilana, what classes are you taking or have you taken at Young Scholars Academy?
So I'm taking Photoshop class with Amy. I actually have it today.
I know, I gotta let you go
I thought it was on Thursday. I thought it was tomorrow, but today's Wednesday. So I have it today. And I also took Mr. Sam's class on executive functioning. Yeah.
And you built a task management system where you remembered to email me and you said you're still using. Can you tell us about that quickly?
Should I grab it?
If it's easy to grab, you can. If it's going to take more than a minute for you to grab, I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe you can just
No,
tell.
it will take like 20 seconds.
Okay, let's check it out. So Ilana, as well as the other kiddos in our executive function class, our young and thriving class, has built a task management system where she's capturing tasks, prioritizing tasks, and executing them. And for many of our kiddos who struggle to get things done, we found a gamified way to teach executive function because guess what? When you want to do something, it's a heck of a lot easier to get it done. So we found different ways to help our kids, whether they want to have a podcast or whatever they want to do. How can they shrink the stuff they don't want and focus on the stuff they do? Okay, Ilana, you're back. Show us what you've got.
Okay. Well, I have two gigantic whiteboards. I'm going to turn off the background so you can see them. Hi. So I have this giant calendar whiteboard. It has all of this stuff. Like, this is for all of the events, doctor appointments, but it doesn't have school because, school is something you can usually memorize, hopefully.
Okay.
I have an Eisenhower matrix, which Mr. Sam taught about. There. Not holding.
Yeah, it works perfectly. And what's that used for?
So I use it to prioritize tasks. So, and I also color coded it here with the different colors.
I love it.
So each category is like, this one is top priority, second priority, third priority, and then like not really priority at all.
This is amazing. So you have a weekly plan and you have an Eisenhower matrix that you're using to prioritize the work that you have to do.
Yeah.
Holy ravioli.
And the best thing is we just got them off Amazon for like $20, $30 each.
But you built them, right? That's more impressive to me. I mean, anybody can buy a whiteboard, but you built a system that you've been using for months. And I bet there's some adults in here who are like, I wish I was that organized. I mean, that's amazing. Wow. I'm so proud of you.
If you think I'm organized, you should see my desks.
Well, they say that's a sign of genius. Let me ask you one other question here, if I may.
Okay.
What is something that you want families to know who maybe haven't joined us about what it's like going to Young Scholars Academy?
Well, it's like going to Young Scholars Academy is like, it's hard to explain without referencing things that are not really common, but it's like going to a really nice summer camp or something because it kind of feels like it, even when it's not a summer camp. It's like kind, it's fun. It's really, I forgot the word for it, but like it draws you in and it's interesting. It's varied and novel. It has varied and novel activities. Yeah.
I'm thinking about all the stars behind you. I'm thinking we're kind of just like a constellation. It's a bunch of kids who shine really bright and have unique interests and they clump together like those stars behind you.
Yeah. And then some of them just go alone naturally.
I love that. Ilana, thank you so much for sharing with us. I so appreciate you. And thank you for sharing your journey. Families, you've got learned a little bit more about Young Scholars Academy. You've heard from another one of our students. I'd like to encourage you now to go float around for 20 minutes or so. Go down to the bottom. You'll see that on the toolbar, you're going to see that there are different breakout rooms that you can go visit. I'm also going to pause the recording so you can stay here and ask me questions. But please know, I don't want you to do that. My goal is for you to go meet teachers because I'm going to take questions at the end. So I would rather you take this time and go meet with families, go meet with teachers. And again, the way to do that is you're going to go down to the toolbar below and you'll see something that either says breakout room or more. And then once you click that, you can go float around to the different rooms. And I just saw a mom write in the chat, Laura wrote, draws you in. Yes, it does. That's for my kiddo too. So shouting out what Ilana said earlier. Okay, so again, families, I'm going to hit pause on our recording and I'm going to encourage you to go float around in those breakout sessions. Welcome back, everybody. How amazing was that? I hope that you are feeling excited about all these incredible opportunities. I can't even begin to tell you. When we paused the recording, we had 45 minutes of breakout sessions. I had countless families come back here and tell me what was going on in the rooms and how excited they were, asking where this person was going to be so they could learn more about Dungeons and Dragons or mythology or improv or theater. Oh, there was so much excitement happening. So I just want to speak to this for a moment. Additionally, something else happened. And I want to be very honest. Look, many families are going through it, right? You are here because things have been difficult. And I want to pause and address this. I got about 8 messages from teachers to me, and several families messaged me about the tears, about a lot of families really just opening up and feeling seen tonight and just feeling like really safe to be vulnerable. And let me just say, like, your journey is difficult, right? So many of you have tried every program under the sun and it doesn't work. You drop your kid off and you have to pick them up the same day. People are only focusing on what they're bad at. Then the only comments you hear are what we need to fix, mend, and repair, not what our kids are doing right. And there's this constant comparison, and it's so difficult. And tonight, I heard from, again, over 8 different teachers and countless families. We had over 20 families like actually break down. And I just want to speak to that. I don't say that to embarrass anyone. I don't say that to call anyone out. I say that to let you know, how safe do you feel being here in a place with over 100 other families like you who are on a similar journey, who for the first time can talk about their kids feeling like they're meeting people who are like them. We've had parents here messaging me and messaging our teachers and sharing in the room if it's just them for a moment and saying that it's the first time, our teachers didn't even know this, the first time these kids are even talking in classes, let alone being on camera. I mean, this is heavy. This is gargantuan. This is colossal. And it's happening here. I'm seeing new families coming in and feeling seen. I'm seeing our returning families underscore the extreme transformations happening at home, some of which we didn't even understand until tonight. And I just want to say, for the last nearly hour, all of these emotions have been spinning together. And already, even if you went no further, right? We have over 200 so families that are floating in and out here tonight saying what this community already means to them. And not even just saying it, but showing us. And I just want to speak to that because we haven't even started the classes and camps yet. It's just being here and being together. It's proof that we need our people, right? It's proof that we are meant to be together and that out there, it's difficult. And in here, it's much safer. So I just want to speak to that for a quick moment. Speaking of our amazing mentors who have been communicating with me, let me just say, mentors, please feel free to head out. I know many of you have class right now, so please feel free to head out. If you want to stick around, you can stick around. I'd love to have you. But thank you so much for doing an amazing job. And please have an amazing class this evening. All right, thank you again so much. So let me just speak to families real quick. I just mentioned this idea, but I want to just really drive this one home. Look, many of you have felt the pressure, the comparison pressure. You felt that you need to measure up. Maybe it's neurotypical families like yours with kids who are really engaged in doing certain things. Maybe it's professionals, educators, family members who are constantly telling you, what your kid isn't doing, what they need to be doing, or mentioning that at this age, they should be different. And I just want to say, there's so much pressure to measure up. And when it comes to our kids, I hope that you feel this tonight. There is no measure. When it comes to our kids, there is no measure. Our kids are on a different journey. They're on a different trajectory. They're going to get higher highs. They're starting in all different places. And when you're with the right people who get you, I hope that you feel that you can snap that measuring device, chuck it out the window, and that you can be with people who are on their own time, going on their own way, and going and doing what's right for their kids. Because that's what Young Scholars Academy is. That's what we're all about. Okay. So I just felt called to say that. I'm sorry. Let's move along. Now, there's one other thing that came up for me a lot. I know that many of our families, when they first join us, they are shocked that we do things that they didn't even know we do, that extra support that they weren't aware of. And I thought, okay, I need to speak to this tonight. So let me take a moment. I want to share a few things with you that most people don't know and that new families are blown away at when they first join. Number one, I wanted to say that our mentors meet daily to talk about your kids. We have a Slack channel and we are going all the time. And I like to say our teachers are obsessed with your kid. And I mean that in a good way. Our mentors are messaging me at midnight. I'm talking about East Coast teachers who are messaging me in the wee hours of the morning, who are messaging me late. I'm thinking, goodness, it's pretty late. They're talking about your kid, something that your child did in class, or a great inroad that they want to use next week, or a breakthrough that 2 kids had and a note that I should send home to make sure that 2 parents connect. Right? This kind of stuff is happening all the time. We're coming together live in every other week, bi-weekly meetings. We're coming together in our Slack channel. We're sharing resources, we're sharing notes, and we're sharing wins. So-and-so just solved the Rubik's Cube for the first time. Or, a mom stayed after class for a moment and thanked the teacher and said, this is the first place this child is communicating with camera on. Or a dad will say, I want you to know this is the first time my son has ever been on camera. And it's the first time he's ever actually wanted to go to class. So, not only are we sharing information with each other, we're helping one another do a better job for you. Okay. And I just want to say that because I don't think that's happening anywhere else. Number two, classes don't repeat. Okay. This is so very important. A big question we get asked a lot. Hey, wait, if there's summer camps that run Monday through Friday, and then there's summer courses that run once a week, can my kid take both if it's theater? And the answer is yes. The goal at Young Scholars Academy is that the courses run 2 years without repeating. So if you have a kiddo who's taking Tools of War, World War I, World War II weaponry, they can take it right now in the spring. They can take it this summer as a once a week course, and they can take it as a Monday through Friday summer camp. Our goal, unless it's an intro class, like intro to robotics or novice Latin, something like that. If your kiddo's taking mythology or STEMology or history detectives, right, these classes can be taken in years. And I wanted to speak to this. There are kids in this room tonight who are in the first debate class that I started almost 5 years ago. Let me repeat that. There are kids in here tonight who are taking the very first debate class that I started 5 years ago when Young Scholars Academy started. They're still together. Okay. That's community. That's consistency. And guess what? They're getting new content all the time. Same kids, new learning, continued growth, continued friendship. So please know that your kid can take the spring class, they can take the summer camp, and they can take the summer course. Okay. And we hope they will. And then we hope they'll take it in the fall and next year and stay with the same group. Okay. A few other things. Please know that, when you enroll in 2+ classes, you get that free social club, right? If you're looking at the courses, specifically courses now, you are going to enroll in any 2 classes, let's say Unity video game design and Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Your child is going to get a 3rd class. So you're going to enroll in the social club for your child's age group, and you're going to enroll in the payment plan. And then we're going to refund you for that class. That's how you save your seat. This is like the homeroom that you would get at a brick and mortar school. We're going to refund you for that. And that's at no cost. And we hope that you'll pick the payment plan because it's easier for refunds. Okay. That is also available for you, parents. If you're like, hey, my kid can't take that because they're in school during that time, guess what? We have a weekly parent social club and you can have it if you enroll in 2+ classes. Let's say you're in Roblox and Among Us. Parent social club can be for you. Okay. Please know that. Additionally, I want you to know about our parent Facebook group. This is where all the birthday hangouts are happening, the play dates, the numbers are being exchanged. We have parents who've met up in the Facebook group and have started side chats and so forth. And they're talking every week, right? It's magical because again, we're throwing away the measuring stick and we're coming together and getting support with other parents who get it. So when you enroll in a Monday through Friday camp, you get 3 months in that Facebook group. And if you enroll in courses, you get 6 months in the group. Our goal is you stay in there forever. We never want to break that up. And we hope that you will come in. Again, I mentioned this previously, we had our first birthday that was arranged by some parents in the Facebook group coming together. It was incredible. So these are the kinds of things, 2 kids hit it off and one mom reaches out and says, hey, my son would love to hang out. Can we set up a Zoom? Whatever it might be. Please, 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 please know that. And please take advantage of that if you're already enrolled. Okay. So much more. Again, this is the stuff that parents are like blown away by. And again, there's so many programs out there. I just feel compelled to talk about this. A few other really big ones. Many of our classes come with a Google Classroom. What does that mean? That means that you have access to content when your child's not in class. Let's say, for example, they're in a robotics class. Maybe the class went fast. Maybe they missed a week. Guess what? The lessons are on Google Classroom. Maybe STEMology happened this past week and they're looking at the intersection of science and mythology and your kiddo missed class or had to leave early. Guess what? There's videos and resources on there. There's extra work that your kiddo can do, or maybe some materials we need to get together before class this week. These are not just show up and leave. Now, I want to also say a big question I get asked a lot, is there homework? Well, that really depends. Our goal is not to give any busy work. So we give what we call extension work. That Google Classroom exists so that your child can go above and beyond if they want to and go deep, because let's face it, many of our kids crave that depth and that complexity. So if they want to, they can. They're not going to be required to. Now, the exception is going to be courses like, for example, theater. They might have to put some time in memorizing lines, our AP classes, and so forth. But for the most part, our kids have the option to go deep, the extension, but they're not going to get busy homework, okay? But they have the Google Classroom. Additionally, if kids miss class, I just came out of a meeting this morning. We had a kid who's been sick a couple of weeks. Guess what? Our amazing teachers, our amazing mentors are showing up for these kids, going 10 minutes early, 5 minutes early, staying 5 minutes late. We're setting up an entirely separate meeting to support and accommodate our parents and kids. So these mentors care and they will show up for you. Maybe it's just catching you up at the beginning of class. Maybe it's going a little bit early, okay? Additionally, I want to underscore a few other things. This is so very important. You have the brightest kid. They take an amazing class. They get out of class and you say, hey, what'd you learn today? Nothing. They might keep it close to the chest. Now, some kiddos, you might be thinking, okay, my kid actually tells me everything. And that's why I'm going to show you some testimonials later of kids that do. But some of our kiddos, they're not going to share. They're not going to be overly open about what's happening in the classes, even though it's amazing. And this was driving me bananas. So we solved for it. We've created an incredible automated note-taking system that's going to send you home an email every week. Let me repeat. We've created an incredible note-taking system. We call it Sumara, which is very cute, I think, that sends a summary email home overview of the class to you, parents, every single week. Now, it used to be that we would send these home every 8 weeks, and we thought, you know what, we can do better. Parents want to know. You want to know what's happening in class. You are enrolled in the community. You have a great kid who's having all these amazing wins. And I can't even begin to tell you, every Friday when these emails go out, we get a flood of emails coming back. I didn't know my kiddo knew so much about this topic. I didn't know they were so engaged. I didn't know they've been working on a YouTube channel or a custom project. There is so much happening in these classes and so much that parents are just loving being clued in on. Not to mention, we also have the Village Voice, that weekly newsletter that we send home that's general updates about our community. So look, there's a lot happening there. One other thing that I want to show you, and this isn't necessarily a feature, but it's a way to navigate things. I'm going to show you a quick way to navigate the site and make things a bit more accessible. So if you're looking to go through our site, I just want to show you a few things. Number one, we're in the spring semester right now, right? This is what's open. And when you scroll down, you can click, show me the courses, right? Now, the easiest and fastest way to enroll, you're going to click this little button right here, show me the classes. You'll see this little video. This will jump you over to our active enrollment system. If you are trying to find classes quickly and you're like overwhelmed by this page, guess what? You can go right here. And let me just show you, because I think parents think in terms of calendars. So I'm going to click this button here, calendar, and I can see the classes. Okay, this is super cool. Now, let's say I have a 10-year-old. I'm going to go down here to age. I'm going to filter 10. And I'm saying, you know what? I have more availability. We have more availability on Monday. So let's see our options. Okay, that new semester is going to start here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got some classes here that we can check out. Let's say I'm interested in history detectives. Oh my goodness, this sounds incredible. And I'm going to read about it. And then, yep, I want to get it. And I want to save 10% and pay in full and get 1 week free. So I'm going to add it to my cart. Okay, additionally, if I go back here for a sec, if I go back to the month, I can see all these other awesome classes, right? So again, I can go through, okay, you know what? We're all pretty free on Thursdays as well. Let's go here. So there's all these incredible opportunities to explore new classes and see what's out there, okay? Additionally, let me show you a few other things on the site. Yes, there's all these things. We have a new system set up. There's rolling prorated enrollment. So you can sign up for classes that are not new necessarily. You can click any of these classes and explore them. Let's say you want to get in on, let's say, one of the chess classes. And there isn't necessarily maybe a new one, but you maybe want to hop on one of the old ones. You watch the Malachi's video and you're like, oh my goodness, this seems amazing. So you can do what? You can just hop right in, you can click and you can explore. Or you can look for the red dots, which show new classes that are going to be started. So just to make sure we're clear, we have ongoing classes that are running all spring that your kiddo can hop into, kind of like merging onto a railroad track. Two trains are kind of merging, or they can join from the station and take any of these new classes that are going to be starting very soon. Okay. So when I talk about the early bird ending tonight, these are the classes I'm referring to. But there's a few other things that I want to talk about with you here. Okay. Number one, I want you to know when you enroll in multiple classes, you get a multiple class discount. If you enroll in 2+, you get that free social club. We talked about that, right? We know that. And also when you enroll in multiple, if you enroll in 4+ classes, you get an additional 10% off. Plus we do a sibling discount of 5%. Okay. So you're getting the free social club with 2+ classes. 4+ classes, you're getting an additional 10% off all. And then if you have a sibling, 2 siblings, you're also going to get an additional 5% off. Okay. I think that's really important. And again, when you're enrolling, you have multiple options. Okay. You can go through, let's say we're interested in looking at this ancient tech class. This looks really interesting. You can pay in a payment plan and put 10% down, or you can save 10% and enroll upfront. Okay. And so I just think that's really important to understand. There's a lot on this website. A few other things that I want to show you, right? Because again, there's a bunch here, and sometimes I think this is right in your face and a lot of people never see it. Let's talk about the satisfaction guarantee real quick. We stand behind our courses because guess what? There's over 400 families in them and we know they work. Okay. So we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And let me just break this down to its most simple terms. If you enroll in a payment plan course, if you let's say this one here. Okay. If you enroll in the payment plan and you pick this method here, right? And you're like, this class isn't working out, whether it's the first month or the 5th, you just say, it's not working out. We stop the payment plan. That's that. If you pay up front, then what we can do is transfer your funds to a credit or into another class. Okay. There's no risk. We want you to have no risk at all. We want to assume all of the risk because again, we know what we're doing is working and we know it's changing lives. And I always say, guess what? You can keep all the thousands of dollars in bonuses if it doesn't work for you anyway, because you spent your time checking us out and I want to reward you for that. We know it works. We assume the risk. There's no risk on your shoulders, just good learning and belonging and community and mentoring. Okay. So a few other things I want to share. Of course, you get all these amazing bonuses. You'll get a VIP page when you join us. And one other thing that I just want to share with you. This question comes up a lot, this ESA stuff. What are ESAs and different funds? Well, if you look here, you'll see that we are approved with 10+ different education savings accounts. That means that various programs will pay for your Young Scholars Academy classes. So if you're part of an ESA or you're, go through a certain charter, we are approved by a great many programs and we can use funding from those programs. You can use their money to take your classes. Okay. I think that's just so very important that we underscore that and make sure you know. Many homeschool families are taking advantage of that and it has been a total game changer. And again, I just want to make sure that is on your radar. So a few other things, let's keep it moving, right? We are almost to the end here. Another financial thing, and then we're going to stop this part. When you enroll, you're going to get a custom ambassador link. We know, having over 400 families, that the number one way that families find us is word of mouth. And guess what? We want to reward you for that. Not only are you going to help other families find our program and have the wins that you're having, and I'll bet if you're here tonight and you're a new family, you probably found us because of another family, right? And I want to speak to that. What we do is when you enroll, you get a custom link that you can share with other families, and that will give you the ability to track signups through you. Okay. So if you put your link on Facebook and someone else grabs it and joins, that family is going to save 15% on their first courses or camps, and you're going to get a $99 credit for every course they sign up for. We want to make sure that they're coming in at a lower cost and that we're rewarding you for your time and energy. Okay. Because we know you're spending your time, your treasure, and your talent with us. And I want to thank you and reward you. So over 90% of our families come to us through word of mouth from parents to parents. And when you join, you're going to get a custom code that will help you. Okay, this was a lot. I know. Holy ravioli. It feels like this. It feels like drinking out of a fire hose. I know it. So let's take a moment, reflect, start to wind up, and bring it to a close. And I will stay and answer all of your questions. I will not leave until I have. In summary, many of our kiddos are struggling. Right? We have these beautiful kids with these incredible brains, these young bodies, these older brains, and it's that gap that's really challenging for them. And it's not them. It's the environment that they're in, right? We know that when they're with the right people in the right community, exploring the right content at the right pace, and they feel safe, then they will thrive, right? And that is what Young Scholars Academy is all about. The world wasn't built for your kiddo. It wasn't built by neurodivergent people, but Young Scholars Academy is and was, okay? And there's one really important point here. Timing is everything. And I want to speak to this personally and professionally. You have a young child who, whether they're 5, 18, or somewhere in between, we're talking about exponential interventions here, right? We're talking about coming in and having compounding effects. The sooner that we can help your child, the more we can help your child, right? The sooner that they can avoid all the harm of the deficit-based system, and the sooner that they can stop being judged and attempting to be fixed and internalizing all that ugliness, the sooner we can change their lives. And again, I want to speak to you personally and professionally. Our mentors here, like myself, are here because we had to go this route and we don't want your kids to. Whether we're parents and we're trying to protect our kids and also yours, or whether we're doing it for ourselves or both, many people in this field are here because we had a difficult go of it when we were young and we know how much it can mess us up. I'll speak personally, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen to your kid. So an early intervention, getting the right content, making friends, having mentors who can say, hey, you're doing great. There's nothing wrong with you. That's a great question. One of my favorite phrases of all time is when one of our moms said that Young Scholars Academy is a yes and program. She said, this is the first place in my child's life that nobody says no to my kid. They say yes and. How did you arrive at that conclusion? What makes you think that, right? Not no. What is, no just shuts down thinking. It shuts down learning and it conditions our kids not to try. We're pulling them out by entertaining their beautiful theoretical questions and silly memes and all of these things, right? The research shows the earlier the intervention, the better the trajectory, right? You're talking about saving pain, struggles, isolation, therapy, medication, right? So many things by intervening early, getting your kid in a community where they're celebrated. Okay. So I need to underscore that personally as Sam Young and professionally as Mr. Sam of Young Scholars Academy. Okay. Let's recap highlights from the night. We did a lot. We heard from families. You met one-of-a-kind mentors and other families in breakout rooms, right? You met all kinds of other people who are maybe a little further along on the journey than you. Maybe they already belong here, or families who are just checking us out for the first time. We discovered one-of-a-kind courses. Hopefully you feel like you already belong. Again, I always say you come tonight, and if you come check us out, hopefully you can leave and say, that was a really special place and I felt like I was part of it for a minute. Well, I want you to have that the rest of your life. And then we explored some amazing support and some events. So let me just ask you a quick question as we wrap up. Can I share some incredible bonuses with you? I hope so. Okay. So if you sign up for summer camps, I wanted to show you, our goal is to provide so much value for you that you feel like you have been more supported than ever before. I want you to feel you're floating on a cloud. We know that we have to help you, parents, we have to help your kids, and we have to bring everyone together because it takes a village. So when you enroll in Young Scholars Academy summer camps, Monday through Friday camps, and again, we brought our camp prices down 30% from where they were last summer, you're getting access to Dr. Joseph Renzulli, a recording a session with him, Dr. Marcy Dan, one of the key founding members of Young Scholars Academy, Dr. Susan Baum, my mentor, who was mentored by Dr. Joseph Renzulli, and Matt Zakreski, Dr. Matt Zakreski, one of the biggest names in the field right now. Plus, you're getting 3 months in our Facebook group for parents, and you're getting early enrollment. And guess what? Over 50 of our camps are already full. Guess what? Over 70 of our courses are already full. Do you know why? Because families are signing up early, because our families get VIP early access. Okay. You're also getting up to $1,400 in bonuses, all these other resources. Okay. So sign up for Monday through Friday camps, and you're getting 10 times the value of the camp in bonuses. Plus, we have our summer courses, We have our summer courses. So when you enroll in summer courses, you're also going to get a tremendous amount of value. Okay. You're going to get all of these incredible resources. You're going to get 6 months in that Facebook group. You're going to get a free social club. Again, enroll in 2 classes, you add the 3rd one and sign up to pay in installments, and we'll refund you. You get that weekly note-taking email summary sent home with progress reports, weekly wins and updates of what your kid's doing. And you're going to get all these live talks, okay? You're going to get invited to see Melissa Jackson, Cara Scanlon, and we're getting together a Young Scholars Academy teacher panel to talk about top strategies that you can use. We're going to be looking at emotional regulation at home and top executive function strategies to salvage your relationship with your kid and help your child be successful. Plus, a masterclass recorded sessions that you can watch on the go right when you sign up, plus all these resources, some of which I've never given away before. Okay. So that's over $3,300 in extra bonus value that you're going to get for signing up for once a week courses during the summer. Plus, there's even more. Okay. We're giving you spring bonuses like never before. This is the highest bonus level we've ever given. There's going to be so many expert talks almost every other week. Dr. Leslie's coming to talk to our families about parenting through a new lens. We're going to be talking about PDA, one of the hottest topics. And I've been working hard to bring in some of the best names in the field because there's a lot of misinformation and bad information about PDA. And a lot of parents have questions. I want to make sure you're getting the best answers from the best people. So Marnie and Marna are going to come. Sarah's going to come in and talk to us about nutrition, a very complex topic for our gifted and 2E minds and bellies. We're going to be hearing from Kate Stone about college gap years and planning and applying. And then I'm going to have an alumni panel. And I want to just speak about this for a moment. I met some of my students that reached out to me last weekend and said, "Hey, Mr. Sam, I just realized that I'm the age you were when you taught me." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm old." Some Young Scholars Academy alums, and I met up for coffee and I thought, these kids are thriving and our kids need to hear from them. Our parents need to hear from them. So I'm going to bring together a panel of some 20-somethings to come talk to our enrolled families this spring and help you get wisdom, not from experts, but from kids that are, I shouldn't say kids anymore, they're in their 20s, but from young adults who are on the journey, okay? Plus, you're going to get access to our Dr. Grandin talk, Dr. Jade Rivera, and Dr. Sandra Clifton. And special VIP announcement, if you sign up tonight, I'm also going to invite you to the live Dr. Sandra Clifton talk happening next week, okay? Plus all this extra value, weekly reports sent home, everything. So we're talking about over almost $9,000 in extra support when you enroll. You're taking classes that you would already take and that would be amazing. Plus you're getting almost $9,000 in extra support to make sure you can't help but thrive, to make sure that you're supported as a parent, to make sure that you're part of a community, and to make sure that your kid is supported as a child, and to make sure that they're part of a community making friends. Okay. So please do not delay. This is so very important that you get all of this tonight. And we know with this, this is a can't help but thrive environment, right? This is going to be amazing. And I want to make sure you don't delay for a number of reasons. Number one, our classes are capped at 5 or 6 a lot of the times, which means they've filled up. And just as I've been here, my email has been going nuts. I get a notification every time someone signed up. We're just getting to the end now, and we already have almost 100 signups, I believe, just tonight alone. It is amazing. So this all starts tonight. You're taking a step tonight, and you're doing it before it's too late, because these classes fill up fast, and these courses as well, okay? So additionally, I want to make sure you know our spring courses increase because the prices are jumping up tonight. We have the early bird special ending tonight, which means prices are going to bump up 5%. And currently there's like some pretty serious savings. You get 5% off when you enroll. We talked about this before. 5% off early bird, 5% sibling. You get 2+ classes. You get a social club for free. That's a free class. And then you get 10% off if you enroll in more than 4 classes. I mean, there's so many savings happening right now. Please take advantage. You can get these classes up to 30% off if you enroll by tonight, which is actually scary to me. A few other things I wanted to just remind you of. We're building the foundation, right? We're talking about the end of the school year right now, going into the final semester and then into the summer. We're laying the foundation for the second half of 2025. And I'll be honest, 2025 has gotten off to a rough start, especially if you're standing where I am. We're in Southern California here, where we were, evacuated due to fires and so forth. We are laying the foundation, and timing is everything, okay? We talked about the exponential intervention. Well, guess what? We also need to make sure that we're laying the right foundation for our kids. And what the decisions that you make here now tonight are going to do just that. Lay the foundation for the rest of your child's year and perhaps life. So I think it's so very important that we kind of leave and wrap with this thought. As we close out, I want to share a couple emails that I got in the last enrollment period. I wanted to share with you, just so you can see. You've heard from some amazing families tonight. I want to share a few more. This is one of my absolute favorites. He ran down the hall after class in a happy storm. You guys must have had fun, right? That's an email after a first class started. And look, imagine sending me that. You have a kiddo who's maybe not smiled for a long time. I can't even tell you how many emails we have about students who haven't smiled or haven't said anything at the dinner table, and now they're sharing it and talking about all the wins, right? I mean, God, that just makes me so happy. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is from a family with many kids here. Check this out. Let me read this to you. The kids are so happy with their classes. It has fundamentally changed the way that we homeschool and has given them a trusted community. I wish we had this when we started homeschooling. I hear fits of laughter. You can notice a trend here. During homeroom, Sophia was thrilled to get the part of Cruella in theater. The kids did Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians. Sammy and Andy seem well challenged and doing some deep thinking in science, cryptography, and game theory. Some amazing classes here, by the way. Dungeons and Dragons is their absolute favorite. The kids and teachers of this village have been a good family to our family. I love that this mom said this. And here's my favorite part. Sophia's headphones didn't work during her creative writing class on Monday, and I had the privilege of hearing her teachers. I had no idea the teaching quality was that good. I just knew my kids were thriving. Now I see why. Imagine writing me that. Imagine having multiple kids in over 10 classes a week, and you're hearing fits of laughter, wins, excited because they won. Maybe a student who hasn't won things before or been awarded a role before has a lead role in theater. I mean, I'm gushing. Okay, here's another one. Imagine this. I told you we're sending weekly emails home. Here's a response to one of those. Thank you, Miriam. You have no idea how much I needed to hear someone say something positive about blank. I'm actually in tears of gratitude and relief at the moment. Thank you. Anybody else in here feel like that? That you would break down? I mean, I mentioned over 20 families tonight have just cried just hearing other families. Imagine getting an email for the first time, because all the other ones you've gotten have been negative. Someone says, your kid's amazing. Here's how they're showing up. They're incredible. We love them. We're so lucky to have them. I mean, this mom, the over 20-something moms here tonight, right? You get it. It's lonely out there. And I want to welcome you in. Okay. So do me a favor. I want you to imagine this, right? Imagine we're sitting together, right? We're having a coffee in a cafe 3 weeks or so, or maybe we're on Zoom having a little tea together. Okay. And we're sitting down and you're telling me, your son has met up with a classmate that they've been hanging out with. They were in the play together. They're working on robotics with another student. They're playing Minecraft each week and just loving the in-server game, or they have been utilizing their task management system. They're speaking Latin at home. And these are all stories that are real. And I've received emails about in the past couple of weeks. And I just want you to think, you can have that too. Over 400 families do. I don't want to be little, but you're not that different, right? You were on the outside. These families were on the outside. Now come in, have what these families have. And I want you to think, like, what would that be worth to you to have these kinds of wins, to have your kid brag, to have them do a happy dance, to have them run down the hall, to have them get the lead role in the play, right? You have looked so long and so hard for this, and I know you're craving more. So my question is, are you ready? Are you ready to take my hand, to join our families, to be a part of this amazing community where you can't fail because you have all of those bonuses we talked about, plus hundreds of people who believe in you and get you. They're supporting you in a Facebook group. They're supporting your kids. They're supporting you in social clubs. You're going to get all of this amazing, over $9,000 in support with over 20 of the top experts and a couple panels here, right? You deserve all of this, right? And I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to go in a little, I said before, we're going to do some winners. We've got some big winners tonight. We're going to announce our t-shirt winner, which I'm so excited about. And we're going to announce a few winners. We're going to give away 1 free course. We're going to give away 2 50% off courses. These can be used for spring or summer. And then we're going to do 3 50% off camps. So, Anne, do you mind sharing with everyone? And I'm going to hit pause right now. Okay, that was awesome. We have some amazing, again, big round of applause for our winners. Kudos to you. You're going to email Anne to let her know you won, and then we'll take care of everything in the morning because, well, there's been a lot going on in here tonight. All right, so we're going to get to that tomorrow. But again, big round of applause for our winners. And everyone else, you're all a winner because guess what? Again, these classes can be taken up to 30% off by tonight if you enroll before midnight and get that early bird special. So that is huge. Okay, now let's keep it going. We are getting to the end. I want to just wrap up and say this. Welcome home. You've been looking for a community. You're just like these other families. You've been out there comparing yourself. And I want to invite you to stop the comparison, to stop being judged, to stop listening to the naysayers, to trust your gut, and to be a part of a village that is aligned with your beliefs and is going to take you and your child where you know in your heart of hearts that you hope to go. You're not broken. You're not doing a bad job. Your child's not broken. They're not doing a bad job. They're just in the wrong environment. So please come home to us. Join our virtual village. Cannot wait to support you and welcome you in. And you're going to be just like these families. I can't wait for you to write me those emails and tell me about all the transformations your kid's making, about all the daily wins. And one of my favorite phrases of all from one of our moms years ago, she coined the term the YSA glow. And she said, every day we have a Young Scholars Academy class, my son glows. He's euphoric for 24 hours. And she said that we have to make sure he takes 1 class a day because that's how he gets through the week. Out there in the real world, he struggles. Here, he shines. And if we can just have that every day, he wins. And that's what home is. That's what Young Scholars Academy is. So remember, timing is everything. And right now is the best time. We want to help our kids, whether they're 5 or 18. We want to get in early. We want to intervene, help them make friends, help them ignore all the haters, the naysayers, the judging, peers, experts, everyone, professionals, whatever. We want to help them believe in themselves. We want to help them explore the content that they crave and get in early so they can get their 10,000 hours and become experts themselves, right? Again, it's exponential. We can have them keep going the way they're going with the struggles, or we can have them break free and blast off like a rocket with the right people and feel darn good about themselves. And again, I'm talking to you personally because I built a program that I wish I had when I was young. I can't even tell you how much of a difference that would have made for me. Okay. Thank you so very much. This is it. This is your moment. This is the first step that you take, right? Bodies in motion, stay in motion. Bodies at rest, stay at rest. That's physics. We're just asking you to push, make that first step tonight. And remember, you're going to stay in motion. You're going to see all the transformations. You're going to have the strongest 2025. And make sure you do so before tonight at midnight because those early bird prices for spring courses end tonight. The early bird prices for the summer camps and courses are going to end March 26th. Okay. So focus on the spring courses tonight. Summer, you still have a few weeks left. All right. Thank you so very much, everyone. I'm going to stick around and answer all the questions that you have. I will not leave until I answer every question. And I just want to send so much love, so much radiance, so much abundance, and provide so much value for you, for your families, and welcome you to our family. Thank you so very much.